£1 million. That's right. You could win £1 million totally and utterly for free. Buvey, we are delighted, aren't we? We have partnered with Super 6 yet again for the full season.
It went so well last season. Obviously, I came rock bottom. But this season, I've got a fresh opportunity to win so much money with Super 6. It's an unbelievable opportunity. £1 million in that opening weekend. I've never seen anything like it.
And everybody thinks they know about football, right? Everybody thinks that they can predict. Everybody thinks that they have better knowledge than us. Everybody thinks that they deserve to be sat in this seat. Well, now, guess what? You can prove it. You have to join our league. And all you have to do is predict 6 Premier League scores correctly, and you will win £1 million. You just have to do it. Join our club now.
The code is Club23. I want everyone who's watching this video to join the club. And don't forget, it's a massive jackpot opening weekend.
That's right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how brilliant last season was. But for you, I mean, this is a dream come true because obviously your team won a treble. For me, it was less than brilliant, but I'm feeling quite optimistic about how things are going to go this year. But looking back over last season, any highlights, anything spring to mind?
Well, watching Adam McCullough cry when Liverpool were smashing up Man United. For me, that was a very quick one. Maybe we should go chronological with it. Conte versus Tuchel. They both got their handbags in a twist. Also, Conte's wig was also in a twist in that one as well.
It's not a wig.
It's a wig and a toupee.
It's not a toupee.
What is it?
It's a hair
Why are you looking at me?
Growth.
Why are you looking at me?
no, you have a lovely bonnet.
You seem to know a lot about
you
it.
Have a lovely bonnet. No, there's more to do with...
I was in Istanbul recently.
No, do you know that? Funnily enough, I watched this game with you. Do you know the Tottenham? We watched it together in Barcelona.
Great game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Unbelievable.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Chelsea played so well that day, and we were robbed. Do you know what my overriding memory is? Everybody will talk about this handshake at the end where Tuchel and Conte kind of got into one. Do you know what my overriding memory is? Chelsea should have won the game. Cucurella had his hair pulled. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Cucurella had his hair. Like, we should have won the game. It was the best we played all season that day. And ultimately, Tottenham got the draw, which was really annoying. And I think that sort of set the tone. Tuchel was sacked fairly soon after.
Crazy decision as well for me. But I love it. Was classic Premier League kind of managers at it. It felt like Arsene Wenger, Mourinho back in the day, and Ferguson, of course.
Do you think it looked a little bit flat to me? Like, you know when they, I don't know, you need more there. Handshake, tug of war. Like, come on. What do ice hockey do is that? What do ice hockey players do there?
Well, they get their sticks in a twist.
Yeah, exactly. But do you know what actually my overriding memory of the whole season is? Something that we will never see again. Something that we have never seen before. I've never known anything like it. Manchester United win in the last minute against Fulham. Manchester United fans are over the moon. Garnacho has scored. A teenager scores in the last minute. Manchester United couldn't be happier. It's such a Manchester United thing to happen, right? They're now off. Manchester United, off they go. The World Cup is now upon us. Manchester United have got the 3 points and they can be happy. Cristiano Ronaldo decides to lob a hand grenade into that club just as they set off on the World Cup. He goes and has an unsanctioned interview with Piers Morgan. I couldn't believe it.
TV.
I couldn't believe it. And he effectively questioned everything about Manchester United. He questioned, do you remember what he said about Ralph Rangnick?
Yeah.
So disrespectful. Look, I don't rate or like Rangnick. I don't get it. I think he should have never had the job. And the fact that he ever got the job is a disgrace to other Manchester United managers. But it's still the office of Manchester United manager. You can still be respectful. He was so disparaging about him. Yeah. He was so arrogant. And I've never, ever known a situation where a club, and in fact, a league, it had an impact on the Premier League, can be totally disrupted by a player going and sitting with Piers Morgan to air his dirty washing in public.
Yeah, that was the moment for me where Ronaldo's star really stopped shining. He became far less of an icon, in my opinion. He said, obviously, famously, he didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. He wouldn't take that kind of money. He still obviously thinks that he can compete at the highest level. I'm sure he wants to play in the next World Cup, that kind of thing. Then he's playing in Saudi Arabia, a few months later.
He started winding me up massively, if for no other reason, talking about himself in the third person. Yeah. Rory Jennings does not enjoy it when people do that.
Can't do that.
Can't do that.
It's the beginning of the decline. If you start doing that, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Or I'll let Rory Jennings know. Let's move on to phone playing sex noises strapped to the back of the BBC sofa.
Don't want to talk about
this. Was ridiculous.
Don't want to talk about
Who was doing that?
This is idiotic.
The BBC.
We're better than this.
They're respectful.
We're better than this.
I think we are.
We're better than this. And do you know people who find things like this entertaining? Japes, lol, hashtag ROFL.
What does LOL stand for?
Laugh out loud. But I don't know what ROFL stands for, do you?
I want to say it, but you might mug me off. It's rolling on the
swearing?
floor laughing.
Oh, is that what it means? Honestly?
Yeah, rolling on the
Oh,
floor
I've never
laughing.
got that. I thought it was swearing. But yeah, all that kind of. I mean, I don't care about this. Let's talk about something way better. Like I'm gonna have to have stern words with our producer Jack.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't like that one.
We're not doing this. Jurgen Klopp pulling his hamstring, celebrating a last-minute winner versus Tottenham. Richarlison made it 3-0 in the last minute. Then Jota scored straight away.
We did that game, didn't we? And that was crazy. There was absolute scenes from Jurgen Klopp, and Jurgen Klopp's beginning to get a bit old. I mean, it felt like you mean all the dads are running at sports day for their little kids and all that, and this big bloke pulls his hamstring. It felt like that. It felt a bit embarrassing.
There's always like one who takes it way too seriously.
That's Jurgen Klopp all day long, isn't it? All day long.
What about Conte's rant? Do you remember after they drew 3-0 with Southampton?
That was a little bit. I mean, we talk about distasteful Ronaldo with Piers Morgan and so many other examples, but Conte, I mean.
What did Conte say wrong there, though? Realistically, he hung Tottenham out to dry, didn't he? Both as an institution and as a series of players. But he was correct.
No, but you made the point about Ronaldo.
He was correct.
Yeah, but you made the point about Ronaldo. I think it was a very fair point about the kind of the office of Man United manager is one to be respected. I think the office of Spurs as a football club, as much as I think they are a big opportunity to wind Spurs fans up, you know, he's the highest representative of Tottenham Hotspur, an institution in this country, whatever you say, and he was slagging them off and sort of saying they weren't able to change and all sorts. It was embarrassing, and who looked worse out of it. And if Daniel Levy can look better than someone out of a situation like that, then it says a lot about what Conte did. And I think it was in really poor taste.
Do you think that any lessons from that sort of situation that they had last year, just the season that Tottenham had last year? You know, they were pitiful. They would have had a worse season than Chelsea. It's just they have an elite level centre forward. Do you think any lessons have been learned? Do you feel like they'll have a good season this season coming? Signing Maddison, Ange Postecoglou, anything happening there?
I think Postecoglou's a weird one. I think if it goes well, everyone says it's this kind of holistic signing. He's this kind of, even though he's an older manager, he's kind of come from Celtic. It's a bit more of a gamble. Mate, if he doesn't win if he doesn't win 4 and 6, or if he starts losing 3 and 5, that kind of ratio, and they're 15th come end of September after the international break, mate, he's sacked.
Yeah.
So it don't matter. So the proof's in the pudding with that. Have they got quality managers and quality players at Spurs? And there's a big argument. There's massive gaps in the squad, and maybe Postecoglou's a quality manager. He's just managed in a 2-team league in Scotland.
Yeah. Do you know what my favourite moment, I think, of the whole of last season? All of the iconic moments. I mean, the Ronaldo one for me, the Piers Morgan Ronaldo one, is the biggest. I've never known anything like that, and I don't think we'll ever see it again. But do you know what my favourite is? Jack Grealish going on an absolute bender. Can you hear me calling out your name? I just loved it. I just loved watching him do it.
Private jet from Turkey straight to Ibiza, and then it was one day back to Manchester for the parade. I think it was something like that. I think
it was
Ibiza
again, though.
I think it was like a 1-day stint with Gary Lineker's brother, he who shall not be named. Yeah, look, that was fantastic, and obviously Gareth Southgate did his utmost to try and ruin that and kind of rain on his parade.
Do you know what? Do you know who I can't stand in terms of society? People who adopt a sneery outlook or a sneery approach to Jack Grealish's celebrations. You know, somebody that thinks he shouldn't really be doing that. He shouldn't be boozing like that. He's an example. He's a role model. He shouldn't be doing that. I hate that person so much. I hate that mentality. Jack Grealish is a maverick, and he is a breath of fresh air to football. And it would be my honour to buy him a gin and tonic in high
Not a gin and
Ibiza.
tonic. He's not a gin and tonic man, is he?
I think he is.
No, he's not.
Mate, I think if there's alcohol in there, he'll drink it.
I think he's a Jägermeister kind of guy.
Do you think?
He's Jägermeister?
Well, I'll buy him a gin and tonic. I'll educate the man.
Yeah.
We'll have a nice
Very
gin and tonic on the terrace of High. Yeah, that would be my dream. Yeah, what's your favourite of all of the moments from last season?
Has to be Jack Grealish. I think he epitomised everything right with City. I think a footballer has to have balance. Look, people are going to go out and drink. They are going to celebrate, especially the highest level performers. He's just achieved the highest thing you can achieve in football, except winning the World Cup. Maybe that's another one. And then he's out drinking. He's out living his life, and he wasn't. Some people would slag him off. If he was on the bench, he wasn't working hard.
Yeah, he was integral.
He was the first name on the team sheet. Every stream we did, week in, week out on the club, I was saying, it has to be Grealish, Edison in goal, fine. And then it's Grealish left wing every day. That's because he epitomised the spirit, the quality of Guardiola, and he epitomised what it means to be a Brummie winning a treble. He got smashed.
And we're on the face again.
Beautiful. Right, Super 6 have set us a massive challenge for the opening round, August the 12th, to get as many people in our mini league as humanly possible.
That's right. We need your help. What I need you to do right now, please do this right now, is download the Super 6 app and join Club 23. We need you to join because if you do, it could result in a lot of pie and mash in your skyrocket.
For every 50 people who join the league, an extra 10 quid is being very generously given away by Super 6. So if 5,000 people join our mini league, that's an extra grand to win in the opening weekend of Super 6.
This is incredible. Please join Club 23 right now. The link is in the description below. See you there.